Hello everyone! Meet me again on this channel. I hope those of you watching this video are always healthy and under Allah's protection. Ameen. Okay, this horror story is entitled He Unseen Visitor, The Case of Apartment 605. But before continuing, don't forget to click like, subscribe to this channel, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss the latest stories. If you live in an apartment, listen carefully. If someone knocks from an empty unit, don't answer it. Trust me, I answered it once. And to this day, I still regret it. Some people say old apartment buildings hold memories. Others say they hold things that never left. This is the story of apartment 605 and the night when a tenant discovered that the thing haunting him wasn't haunting the apartment at all. In 2021, a man named Evan Ramirez, a 28-year-old freelance editor, moved into an old apartment building in Chicago. It was cheap, quiet, and close to his work. But the landlord gave him one strange warning. Landlord: if you ever hear knocking from apartment 605, don't answer. That unit is empty. Evan asked why. The landlord simply said, "It's better you don't know." For the first few nights, everything was normal. Then, on the fourth night, at 3:11 a.m., Evan woke up to a slow, rhythmic knocking. Knock, knock, knock. It was coming from the wall behind his bed, the wall he shared with apartment 605. Evan called out, "Hello? Who's there?" The knocking stopped immediately. Then, a woman's voice whispered faintly, "Please help me." Evan froze. He checked outside the next morning. 605's door was sealed shut, dusty, unused for years. A week later, on his way home, Evan saw a girl standing at the end of the hallway. Long black hair, pale skin, barefoot. She pointed at apartment 605. "Girl, you shouldn't stay here." Before Evan could speak, she simply turned and disappeared around the corner. He reported her to the landlord, but the landlord insisted, "There is no girl in this building." One night, the knocking was so loud it shook the picture frames on Evan's wall. He had enough. He grabbed a flashlight and marched to apartment 605. When he touched the doorknob, he felt it, warm, as if someone had just held it. He forced the door open. Inside, the room was completely empty, but the temperature dropped instantly. His breath turned white. He heard footsteps behind him, slow, dragging footsteps. He turned around. Standing in the corner was the same girl he sallallahu alayhi wasallam days ago. Girl whispering, "He knows you're here." Before Evan could ask who, the lights went out. Everything went black. Evan ran out of 605 and locked himself inside his own apartment. His hands were shaking so badly he couldn't hold his phone. But something caught his eye. On his desk was an old cassette tape. He didn't own a cassette tape. He didn't know how it got there. Written on it were the words 4605. He found an old player online and played it. A man's voice whispered, "If you're listening, it means he has chosen you." The thing in apartment 605 is not a ghost. It's a parasite. It attaches to a person, not a place. It knocks to be noticed. It whispers to be allowed in. Once you hear it, it belongs to you. The recording ended with deep, rasping breathing right behind the microphone. Evan packed his bags. He decided to leave that night. But at 3:11 a.m., Allahi salam, he grabbed his suitcase. Knock, knock, knock. The sound came from inside his closet. Then the girl appeared again, standing by the door. But this time, her eyes were empty. Her head tilted unnaturally. Girl said, "You should have left before it chose you." Evan backed into the wall. Evan asked, "What is it? What does it want?" She pointed at the closet. Girl said, "You." The closet door burst open, but nothing came out. Nothing Evan could see. Something cold wrapped around his throat. He couldn't scream. He felt himself being dragged into the closet. Everything went silent. A month later, a new tenant moved into Evan's old apartment. A woman in her late 20s named Sarah Doyle. Allahi salam, she unpacked. She heard gentle knocking through the wall. Knock, knock, knock. She smiled and knocked back. "Sarah, hello? New neighbor?" A pause. Then a man's voice whispered, "Please, help me." Sarah froze, because it wasn't a stranger's voice. It was Evan's. The parasite never haunted apartment 605. It haunted its tenants. And Evan was now the newest voice behind the wall.